Hello and welcome back to Soon 73 Tai Chi, where today we're exploring a brand new move, parting the wild horse's mane. So I know you've already done your warm-ups, you're oriented with your body and how everything's feeling today. And because of that, let's go right into flow with our Soon 73. Make sure we're oriented 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and of course, 6 o'clock is back behind us. After a few slow belly breaths through the nose, tuning in with good posture, knees bent, lifting the pelvic floor, teeth together, tip of tongue on roof of mouth, behind the two front teeth, space under armpits and between the fingers. That is when we begin our flow with our orientation at the beginning facing 10:30-ish for our first rendition of leisurely Tai Chi, where the right palm turns to the sky, completely flat and open, until we face 3 o'clock, where the hand relaxes in the pinky side push. Feet reorient to a good foundation for a full breath in to open the hands and a relaxed breath out to close the hands. Here, of course, we step towards 12 o'clock in our uprooting push, in our single whip, leading us into lifting hands with the right hand turning to face 12 o'clock for white crane flashes wings. We return to the awareness of the breath in our open and close. Our first brush knee left is towards 9 o'clock in our space, leading us in flow to playing the lute, and our intercept to flick down, parry, and punch sequence, where the right fist punches over the left forearm towards 9 o'clock. We gather energy in hand and imagine using it to push a mountain before we return back to the front of our space for another mindful breath in open and close. And here we are now with our brush knee right towards 3 o'clock. And another leisurely Tai Chi here. Right palm faces the sky. And the fingers face the sky. Palm facing palm for the open and close maneuver. Stepping back with the left foot, the palms open for our single whip back to the left. As we reorient to right fist under left elbow, leading us towards 6 o'clock in a repulse monkey left. In repulse monkey right, the right heel touches down as we turn to 12 o'clock. Flowing gracefully through our brush knee left and full leisurely Tai Chi to the left. Left palm draws chi in, brings it up to your precious heart and extends it in the world, palm open to the sky, until the hand relaxes at the chest for the pinky side push, reorienting the feet. And a nice stable foundation for the breath in open and close. Of course, we should keep breathing as we step into our single whip right. Gathering in the right side of our whip, stepping towards 3 o'clock for wave hands like clouds. Stepping in just a shoulder width with left foot. We are as relaxed and flowing in our second step as clouds drifting through the sky. Left foot comes in just a little to shoulder width. And our third right side step. For our third wave, hands like clouds, leading us into high pat on horse. Stepping back with the right foot, the left bubbling well touches. We hold a ball with left hand on top. We turn the ball and expand that energy in hand during toe kick left, condensing chi, and expanding it in hand again for toe kick right. Orienting squarely towards 3 o'clock now for our punch downward. We have 2 fists, but it's the right wrist punching down. Here, the right arm is a little away from the body, not touching it. We flip the fists and punch. Opening the fists is right foot steps, bringing up left knee. Softly it descends. It's almost as though the left hand holds us to the ground to slap the right one. Palm facing palm now as we hold chi and circle it around before descending. Palms up as we squeeze 2 fists and subdue the tiger. Right toes turn to 12. And of course we have our left toe kick and we can spin or step around for heel kick right towards 10 o'clock-ish. Then we're facing fully on towards 9 o'clock in our intercept, deflect, parry, and punch with the left fist over the right forearm. Withdrawing to gather chi and push the mountain towards 9 o'clock. Aligning the feet in a nice stable shoulder width for a mindful breath in and out, moving the hands. Holding a baby on the right hip as we get balanced, turning to 2 o'clock-ish with the left foot stepping out on the heel for our brush knee left. And leisurely Tai Chi with the left hand drawing in towards the lower dantian, raising to the chest or middle dantian for the chop to the throat. Raising the left toes, turning from the waist, now the left hand drops into the chest, fingers to the sky for the push. Right foot slightly in front of where left foot turns in, both facing 3 o'clock for our open and close. Last week's lesson, or whenever you did it, was our diagonal single whip. Here we're facing about 3 o'clock as we turn into our new move for parting the wild horse's mane. Left hand and foot come in and circle out. Dropping the right hand and foot come in and circle out. We touch the left bubbling well as right wrist pushes left one up in a little flare that concludes the move called parting the wild horse's mane. So that you can see it from the front with all of the details, here we are after our diagonal single whip. The right foot is towards 3 o'clock, which will now be you. Then we turn the body to 3 and drop the left hand. The left hand and foot come in and circle together. When stable on left foot, right hand drops so that the right hand and foot circle together. And then we touch the left bubbling well as the right wrist comes up under the left for the little flare at the end. Let's go over all of those details for you. So we know we're facing roughly 3 o'clock-ish for our diagonal single whip. And in parting the wild horse's mane, now we have most of our weight on the right foot, which is pointing towards 3 o'clock. And the left foot also pointing towards 3 o'clock. But we've opened our waist, right, from our single whip. So now we have to turn our waist back to 3 and drop all the weight onto the right foot. The left foot comes in close to the right. It circles forward and out to shoulder width as we touch the heel down first. The toe is angled out a little towards 2 o'clock. We shift the weight to the left, and then the right foot circles into the left foot and then back out to shoulder width with the toe slightly out, maybe towards 3:30. With the weight on the right foot, we then bring up the left bubbling well and touch it so that there's space between the feet. We want space forward and back and side to side so that we would have some shoulder width stability in our foundation. So again, from the front so you can see it, weight on right foot, left foot circles in close and then circles out. Heel down, toe out slightly. Shift the weight to left foot. So the right foot circles in close and then out to shoulder width, touching heel. Toe out slightly. Shift the weight to right foot so that then left bubbling well can touch slightly in front. In our proper orientation, let's go through the footwork 2 more times after our diagonal single whip. We're open and the body is roughly facing 130 or 2. So we turn to face 3 and put all the weight on the right foot. Feel stable there. Bring the left foot in close, then circle it out to shoulder width, touching heel. Left toe out slightly, maybe towards 230. It takes our weight. And then the right foot can circle in and out to shoulder width with the toe out, maybe towards 330. The right foot takes our weight then so that the left bubbling well touches slightly in front of where the right foot is. Sometimes this is called a cat stance or an empty stance because there's no weight on that left front foot. It's empty, empty of weight, empty stance. Let's do the feet one more time in this new move, but let's add in our transition from the diagonal single whip. So we push towards 3 and the waist turning opens the hand. Then we turn the waist back towards 3 o'clock, weight on right foot, circle in the left foot, touch it out on the heel, toes slightly out, left foot takes our weight, circle the right foot in, back out, touching on the heel, right toe slightly out, shift the weight, get stable, and then the left foot just comes forward, touching the bubbling well in an empty stance. So the whole body is facing 3 o'clock at this point. The right foot may be pointing towards 3:30. The rest of us totally towards 3 o'clock. Let's bring in the hands. I'm going to do it once facing this way, and then I'll turn and face you a couple of times so you can see what my hands are doing. So we have our diagonal single whip. We know what the feet are doing now, so as we turn the body to 3, drop the left palm down to face the ground. It comes in with the left foot. The left hand's close to the right, and then it circles back out. We shift the weight fully to the left foot, drop the right hand, and it circles with the right foot. And here both hands are even. As we touch the left bubbling well, the hands come down to lower dantian. The right wrist comes up under the left to about the height of the throat, where the hands flare open and then descend. It's a very graceful move. And if you were to try to part the mane of a wild horse, you would probably be moving very slow, very cautious, very conscientious. So now you will be my 3 o'clock, so you can see the whole thing. Diagonal single whip starts here. So we know we bring all the way to the right foot, turning to face 3, the left palm faces down. Circle in the left foot, and at the same time the left hand comes up to the right and then out to about shoulder width. When we shift the weight to the left foot fully, now the right palm drops down and it circles in with the right foot and out to shoulder width, so that here we have both palms facing 3 o'clock. Now with weight on right foot, hands descend, touching bubbling well. The right wrist comes up the center line underneath the left till about the height of the throat, where the palms open to the front, and then the hands descend back down. So they come up with the right wrist underneath the left at about the height of the throat. The palms turn open and float down. Let's do it a few times. Facing our 3 o'clock now. We know that in this position, the right foot is slightly in front of the left for our open and close. At this point, we step with our right foot towards 3 o'clock in our diagonal single whip. Then, the left hand drops as we turn and face 3 o'clock. Left hand and foot circle and move as one unit. The right hand stays the same height until the weight is all on the left foot. So the right hand drops down almost like it's picking up the right foot and guiding it to where it's going. Then when it's in place, we touch the left bubbling well. The right wrist comes up under the left at about the height of the throat. Both palms open to face 3 o'clock and then descend again. Again. Open and close position leads us to diagonal single whip. Move number 48. Move 49. Turn to 3. Drop the left hand. Begin circling left hand and foot together. One stable on left foot. Right hand and foot circle together. The hands are the same height as each other. As they come down, they're symmetrical, touching left bubbling well. Right wrist pushes left wrist up for the flare at the end. One more time, and then we'll bring it into flow. Facing 3 o'clock, our right foot steps in that direction for our diagonal single whip. We turn the body to face 3 o'clock, dropping left palm to the ground. Left hand and foot circle together, left toes slightly out. Shift the weight, drop the right hand. It circles in with the right foot, coming a little forward with the toes out. Take our weight, Hands drop, touch left bubbling well. Right wrist up under left for the little flare at the end. Let's put it into flow, starting at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to go back to that stuff at the beginning. You can go back and watch that full video if you want to do the full flow again. Let's just run through it here with a full breath in, opening the hands. And a relaxed exhale, bringing them back in. Brush knee left towards 1:30 or 2 o'clock. Leisurely Tai Chi, left hand up, draws energy into the lower dantian at the belly. Left hand lifts that chi to the chest or middle dantian and extends it out in chop to the throat. We circle around, left fingers point to the sky for our pinky side push. Right foot slightly closer to 3 than where the left foot turns in. We have a mindful breath here in our open and close. We step with the right foot towards 3 in our diagonal single whip that leads us into dropping the left hand as we turn to 3 in our parting the wild horse's mane. Left hand and foot circle together. Shift the weight, drop the right hand. Right hand and foot circle together. Right toes slightly out. Right foot takes our weight. Left bubbling well touches as right wrist lifts the left for the little flare at the end. Nice, good job. Get really comfortable with the parting the wild horse's mane, because then when you come back, we have a really super lesson, because you already know leisurely Tai Chi. But I want you to feel really comfortable with parting the wild horse's mane before you jump into the next one. You already know that one. So feel like you already know parting the wild horse's mane move before you get to move number 50. Look forward to seeing you then.